I go again on the road of sin. I know where I'm going, I don't want to go there. This pathway to hell is more than I can bear.
Hello, and thank you for being here. As you can see, I'm not in Philip's studio, Band of Disciples. He had some vehicle problems and is still tied up with that. So we said, well, we'll postpone that. But I still wanted to get on here and meet with you and give you some updates of so where we're at and what's going on. Um, I love these little live things. Most of you know I do a live show, but this is a project that y'all know is close to my heart. Um, we're trying to raise money to get Zach's music, and you heard a snippet of the title track of his album. Here I go again, the acoustic. Some of you may have actually had that in the past, and it's just straight acoustic, Zach and his guitar. And I have a couple of those left. Um, so we're wanting to take that music and from publish or what's fully produce it is the word I'm looking for. And Philip Grant at the Band of Disciple Studios is doing all the work, doing all the behind the scenes stuff, and that's what he's been working on since we met last week. As the he's been breaking down the song, the very first song off the CD. It's called "What If I Changed," and oh, well, that's. I was going to show you the actual CD. I showed you the CD cover. There it is, and we just did a simple little thing, and you can see what if I change the first one. There's the CD itself. This one with the signature, it's already spoken for. Philip said, I want the one with the CD, and he gave me money for it last week while we were live on the air. So I wanted to just let you know I've got a few left. So anybody that gives $20 is going to get one of these CDs. There's, like I said, there's just a few more left. So if you want to help us out, some of you have already given $20. So that's why I only have a couple left because we had some folks give $20 and then so they're committed to them. And then we've had 4 or 5 different people donating. So we're on the way. It's not happening fast. I've got some ideas of how to promote this a little better, but if you can help, we'd certainly appreciate it. I just wanted to show you real quick. I'm going to take myself out of the screen and let you see what I'm using as a background. I was hosting an open mic at a VFW in Mobile, and Zach was here with us at the time, and he came in and did some tunes. Uh, we played together a good bit. I didn't get a chance to put some of these up here. Here's another one that we did. Uh, it was a place called the Club Ace, the Joker's Lounge. We didn't sing together, which that's fine. I mean, we had two totally different styles. If anybody's heard me, you know that I'm the old classic, blues rock kind of stuff, and he's that new high energy type of rock and roll music, and it's like John Mayer and that kind of thing. So uh, he was well loved down here. Everywhere he played, people loved him, and we want to remember that. We want to give him a band. We want to give his music that full production. So that's what Philip has been working on. Philip has been breaking down this last week that first song, What If I Changed? And because he's got to learn the song. Okay, I get it. I'm a songwriter, and when I go to perform a new song that I've written and I pull out the paperwork, people are like, "You wrote it, don't you know it?" No, just because I wrote it doesn't mean I know it. But Philip had heard this music, and Zach had actually sat down with him and talked about recording. But Philip had never worked on the music. So Philip has been breaking that down, learning the chord progressions, and also getting a feel for Zach and his voice and his tone and his feelings, his heart, his soul in that music. So uh, I said this last week, but Philip is, he's going to be the primary focus of what we're doing here. Uh, one, I I am limited. Uh, like I said a few minutes ago, we two totally different styles. Um, but but I'm almost too close in that situation. In this situation, um, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying I won't do anything on the CD. I'm just saying this is going to be therapeutic for me to be able to sit down and listen because I haven't. Once we get into this, the last time I listened to these songs so intently was when Zach and I were recording them back in 2012. I think it was 10 years ago, something like that. I thought I'd put a copyright date on here, and so yeah, 2012. It's not something I'm looking. It's that quandary, and I hope there's no one out there that can relate to having lost a child. It is the most rending and heartbreaking thing a person can go through, and to sit down and go through his music that was so him, that was so uniquely Zach, is going to be tough, but it'll be good for me. On the one hand, I'm not looking forward to it. On the other hand, I am, and I hope you understand the dichotomy that's there, because we want to get this produced for Zach. I was telling Lynn the other night, this is something I have to do. There's an urgency. I have to do this for my son, and not in this. And I told Philip this part, and I said not in a rushed type of function. I don't want to rush this, but I still have that urgency. So if you can help us out, I would certainly appreciate it. Um, please go to the GoFundMe link listed below, and you can make a donation and read through the description because it describes not only why we're doing this, but what we're wanting to give back to you if you help us out. Now, speaking of helping, I want to touch on a couple of quick things. We're not going to do a long live stream here, but a couple of updates. Philip told me that he has found a program that uses AI somehow and will actually separate Zach's vocals from his acoustic guitar. So Philip will have more control because that's the one thing we talked about last week. If you remember, he's going to have trouble controlling the volume of the acoustic guitar and Zach's vocals because they're already stuck together on these MP3s. So he's found a program that will help with that. He's played around with it a little bit, said it sounds good. But on that same vein, got to digging through when I was looking for Zach's CDs. I found these. Now, that's a stack of backup CDs from that computer that died. Remember, I told you the computer that we did all these original recordings on had died, and it died while I was doing a backup. So I'm taking these to Philip. These are all the backup discs because it got, I don't even know if I can through the backup. Somebody asked me the other day, why'd you use CDs? And I'm like, well, that's what I had. We were making our own CDs. So I had tons of CDs. So I was doing the backup on CDs and it locked up, and I just stuck these aside and forgot all about them. But I found these the other day. And so I'm going to get these to Philip, and hopefully we can get these. Hopefully we can find the original wave files, which are separate files for each track, and Philip will have more to work with. We're going on, even if we don't, but I'm letting you know there's a slim possibility that we can use these backup CDs and find what we need. Also, two more things before we close out. One, our good buddy Jesse James. He's been in several bands, Highway 98, several bands. Love him dearly. I've played on stage with him, I don't know how many times. An amazing guitarist, amazing musician, amazing person, amazing man. Love this guy. He's going to be helping out on the CD. So if you know and love Jesse James, be listening for his addition to these CDs. He's going to be playing lead guitar, and he said, because that's how I've worked with him as lead guitar, just an amazing, phenomenal lead guitarist. And he's going to be playing on this CD. So be listening for him. And also, remember, I shared a couple of days ago, the Band of Disciples page. Please, if you're a musician and you're needing a project, please go see Philip. And I ask you to do that because he is being so gracious to help us out here. We're going to, I mean, part of this fundraiser, yes, we want to pay him. This was my call, not Philip's. Philip had already agreed to do it before I even started talking about raising money. Okay. Philip had already given of himself and he's already put money in it. Come on, people. and and so if you're a musician locally and you want to do some recording, I know there's some great studios out there. I've worked with a couple of others. Um, but Philip, you oh gosh, you need to hear some of the stuff he's done. It is phenomenal. And that's why I asked him to do this. Not only he knew Zach and worked with him a little bit before, but he also does an awesome job in the studio. So if you're a band, a local artist, vocalist, musician, whatever, please go see Philip and pay him his time, pay him what he's worth. That's what I'm going to do. That's why I'm trying to raise as much money as I can so I can do that myself on Zach's project. But please make use of Philip Grant and Band of Disciples Studios. Now, as soon as Philip gets his vehicle situation, we're going to meet again. I mean, he's already been working. Please understand that. Philip has already been working and he's getting things together there. But like I said, he had car trouble today and didn't think he'd be available in time and didn't want to be pushing it if he kind of scooted in there. So I appreciate that. And please help us out. You know, if you can give $20, if you can give $10, go to the GoFundMe link down at the bottom, down in the description, and do what you can because we want to leave a legacy. I'm going to close out with the song I started with and the little clip there.
Here I am, asking again. I need your help. This world has sin. I just wanna know I'll ever leave till I go. You I believe. 'Cause here I go again on the road of sin. I know where I'm going. I don't wanna go there. It's a pathway to hell.
Again, please go to the link below and help us out, whatever you can. If you are a musician and want to work like Jesse and offer your time and talents, please get in touch with me or Philip at the studio, and we will see you back in the studio. Thanks again for all your support, and thanks for remembering Zach. Let's bring his music back to life. Good night.